X in the first component we did using, some approach maybe like it was formed on a strip heater. This one will be done, say your component was made on using the oven, okay, and it was a wee bit more kind of an organic shape. So what I've done is I've got my shelf open, and if you remember from my project, I have a component that goes over the front of the test tube. It kind of just acts as a wee brace here, okay? So the reason I've got this open is I want to use some information that I've got here. So I want to use the placement of the hole, and I want to use this curve that I've got here so that when I make the component, the two both match up. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do that. Now, really easy. Sketch. Click on sketch. It's asking me for a face. I'm going to click on this face here because it gives me those lines. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the convert entities tool. Okay, so if I click on that, entities convert, it's asking me what I want to convert, and I'm just going to select that top surface there. Okay, it's highlighted in blue. So all these blue lines here, if I convert this entity, it will give me them as a series of lines. I'm just going to tick that. Okay, and there's my sketch. So I'll exit that sketch. I'm not going to do anything other than have that sketch created. Okay, now if I click off, you can see it turns to grey. What I want is I want it in blue. So to do that, just from your left hand menu tree, click on the sketch and then Control C on your keyboard to copy. And then you can go into a new part. I'm going to do a extruded boss base. I'm going to do it on top surface. And because I copied that to the clipboard, I can do Control V to paste in. Okay. It doesn't matter, it's off to the side here. Now, the lines that I want, I don't need the back lines, so I can get rid of them. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Okay. And I wanted this one here because what I actually want is I want a circle that comes out the front here. Okay, it's got this little bump out, and I no longer need that. Okay, and that gives me what the shape of my component is. Now, obviously that's the line that touches the edge of the wood. We're going to have the thickness that comes this way. Okay, so all I'm going to do is I'm going to click trim entities. I'm going to, in fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little radius on here, because if I formed this, if you remember, it didn't give me a crisp line here. So we'll just use sketch fillet tool like we did on the last one. Pop that in, and then we change that to something like 3 millimeters. Yeah. And it wasn't the whole length of the shelf either. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll put in a center line and use just construction, and I'm going to use offset entities. I'll make it bidirectional so I can go either side, and the distance I have that was around about 60. Okay, that just tells me, how much to trim off. I'll just use my trim entities tool, get rid of that, get rid of that. Okay, I don't need this anymore, I can delete it. Need that anymore, I can delete it. I can leave that where it is because it's just a construction line. It's not going to affect sketch at all. So exit, it gives me the thin feature. It's building on the front, which is perfect, but I don't want that thickness. I just want 3 millimeters. Sorry, I just want 3 millimeters on this one. Okay, this one I actually want to be longer. And we'll just change the direction. Just make sure it goes down the way. Okay, now on my one it has a curve. Okay, so I'll put that on just after I've got this extrude done. So I'm happy with everything there. It's the right thickness, it's going the right way, it's building out from the line here, and just OK. Now, if I look at it from the front surface, okay, it's not the same as my shape. Okay, my shape has an angle down here, an angle down here, and a curve along the bottom. So I'm going to add that in there. I'm going to do an extruded cut. It's asking me for a work plane. Now, I can't see the work planes here. Okay. What I can do, however, is I can hit the arrow here and I can get my work planes. So that's giving me a preview of the front work plane, which is the one I want. There's the top one and there's the right one. Okay, so I'm just going to do it on the front work plane. And I'm going to use sketch tools and I'll put that in about there. Escape. Okay, I'll put a line in the middle for construction. Click on that line again, construction, and then because this is a symmetrical part, what I can do is I can mirror that. Okay, I'll just show you how to do that. I could spend time drawing another one in here, putting dimensions in, okay, but I'm happy with that line. All I want is the same version of that on the other side. So to do that, we're just going to mirror entities. Okay, so for mirror entities, it's asking me what entities I want to mirror. I want that line. And it's asking me in this dialog box what you want to mirror it about, and I want that. And then I'm just going to OK it. I've got a curve along the bottom to do, so I'll use the 3-point arc tool. Remember, you've got one line, a second line, and then the last line to do. Now, at this stage, I can start to trim stuff out. I don't want that. I don't want that. Okay, I want to cut this out. Now, to cut it out, what you're best to do is actually come out with the shape. Okay, so I'm definitely going to be cutting that off. And this is the tool basically that I've created. Everything that is blue, it's going to cut. Okay, and I'll just show you that. So OK that. OK, insert line. You can see it's off. It doesn't matter. Okay, just exit the sketch. And because I said it's a cut extrude, all I have to do is just pull that through until it's all the way through, and that's acting like a knife. Okay, all those edges there are getting cut off. And there's my component. Okay, so you've got something complex to do, just convert the entities in your original component, copy the sketch, bring it in, extrude it, and then if you need any further shaping on it, then just do that using a different work plane. And I'll just save that component.